can you, I know we might be repeating a little bit ourselves, but can you provide a brief but yet comprehensive overview on what plant-based diet represent? I guess maybe a sum
Yeah.
up and the benefit that you can draw from a plant-based nutrition and the motivation of doing
Mhm.
that is associated with it.
Okay. Um, so yeah, my approach or my plant-based diet focuses on consuming a lot of food, an abundance of food. You can eat a lot more of these types of foods, primarily fruits, the vegetables, legumes, nuts and seeds, and some grains here and there, and just avoiding all dense and acidic forming foods like animal flesh, cheese, milk, most grains, gluten, no alcohol, anything like that. And this choice is not it's not just about what I'm eating, it's how it impacts my overall well-being. And it really it's made me be more mindful with what I consume and focusing a lot on hydration, which is a big thing that people are missing. I think chronic dehydration is a big problem in the West, especially. And so putting a focus on the hydration through the foods themselves and what you're eating, which contain, I mean, the fruits and the vegetables, fruits especially contain naturally distilled by nature, structured and very hydrating water. And of course, along with all central essential nutrients and easily digestible proteins in the form of pure amino acids. So that would be for optimal physical and mental performance. And then uh, it's also a lifestyle that promotes energy, um, which is the biggest one, and vitality, and just a deeper connection with yourself and your environment.
Thank you again. You provide a lot of information and you've done a lot of research as well. Would you would you say, is there a group of people that would most benefit from this type of information from your research? And can you elaborate on that? And when I say group of people, is it, for example, somebody, I mean, you may define it yourself as somebody that doesn't feel quite satisfied, that feel tired,
Mm.
and you have so much information to share on this, and I know you can go on and on about plant-based and what it can
I sure
provide.
can. Well, I'll try to keep it short. I mean, I know we've covered this to some extent, but I would say that this lifestyle offers profound benefits to individuals who sense a somewhat of a disconnect in their life, a feeling that something isn't quite right, or they're just feeling sluggish or tired, and just really not fully aligned with themselves. Ultimately, anyone on a standard Western diet this is going to apply to for the most part.
Mhm.
Uh, going on this going on this journey with food and rediscovering health, and sort of reconnecting with my body, it brings a real sense of balance and purpose and well-being. And essentially, this is for anyone seeking a holistic approach to their lives, realigning their lives and creating a harmonious connection between their mind, body, and spirit.
Yes, and as you're talking, I'm thinking, because we have many friends. Everybody pretty much follow the standard diet, and it is really going out of your way to just do the shift to switch to strictly
Mm,
plant-based. And pretty much so vegan. As you were talking, I was thinking, well, what would be the little push? What would be the little thing that would make the person is tip over appropriate?
Yeah,
Um, 'Cause we have so many friends. We can talk about this diet, but still, it's more comfortable to be, like everybody else.
yeah.
But is there something, an advice, would you say, like, or as you were talking, I guess it doesn't cost anything to try,
Right.
really. Would you add to that? Or
Yeah, I mean, like I said, alluded to earlier, it is a very individual journey, and everyone has different motivations and a will to do something. I'd say that there's many different triggers that can sort of push you to make a change in your life, and typically it's when health degrades, or you realize you're no longer healthy, or you have some sort of disease. Then in general, I think people are more willing to make a change when faced with something like this. For me, it hasn't really been that case, but I think that's typically what's found. I've always just been passionate about this and just want to be healthy, and I want to live a long time. I think a lot of the resistance that comes when faced with making a change like this, or if you have friends that are trying to motivate you to do that, is just the comfort, the lack of information and experience, and also worrying about what other people think. I think people think a little too much about it, and really just get hung up on that, and how are people going to judge me? What am I going to do in social situations? You'll figure it out. And we have definitely figured it out and navigated this. But yeah, it is a leap of faith and a big step for some people. But once you start and you experience it for yourself, you'll see there's no turning back. So,
well, thank you for sharing all this information. And there is so much more I know that you can share. We're arriving towards the end of this discussion, of this interview, and I would like to touch base a little bit more. You are the CEO of your company, Leadsforward, right? Leadsforward.com is your website. How do you balance and integrate your business responsibilities with your lifestyle, and how do they complement each other?
great question. I would say that balancing my roles and responsibilities with business, and my lifestyle is really rooted in presence, and another word that comes to mind is synergy. So it, it's a very synergistic thing. I view the business and lifestyle as just interconnected elements, not opposing forces. Uh, so it is balance. And for me, everything is tuning into the flow that exists beyond any thoughts that try to hold us back is a big one. And so by aligning my business practices with my personal values, like health and fitness and mindfulness, they complement each other pretty seamlessly. It wasn't always like that, but it takes time to refine that approach. But this approach to life ensures that the energy and focus and creativity I cultivate with this lifestyle are channeled into guiding and growing my company and doing everything else I want to do and I'm working on in life. And so the integration between these elements not only helps create a thriving business, but also just enhances the overall quality of my life.
And just to sponsor you a little bit,
Mhm. Thanks.
So people can find you if they want to reach out to you. You specialize so in SEO and
Mhm.
in home business contractors. If they want to reach out to you, they directly go on your website.
Yeah, just go straight to leadsforward.com, learn a little bit more about us there, and you can contact us directly through the website. Yeah,
Okay.
pretty straightforward.
Just to make sure it's straightforward.
Yeah, thanks.
So before we conclude, and this is pretty open-ended, and as you wish to answer, what are your final insights or advice that you would like to share with our audience? And particularly for those who are looking to embark on the similar journey. And
All right. Well,
maybe lastly, include in your description any type of resources or a video that they may want to check out on the
all
topic.
right. Thank you again. This has been awesome. I would say to wrap this up, I would simply emphasize the power that comes from embracing change, getting out of your comfort zone, and stepping into the unknown. And for those that are starting out on a similar journey, I would just say to remember that every step towards your own growth and expansion, whether in business or personal well-being, is just a step toward a more fulfilling life that is rooted in truth. Truth has always been something that's oriented me, and so just embrace these challenges and stay curious. Um, and for me, I've always prioritized that as well as just self-discovery. It's not always easy. There is a lot of resistance, especially from others. But the rewards of this and the self-awareness and the energy are just immeasurable. Um, so yeah, I invite you to just unlock that full potential that you have and start living a life that really resonates with your authentic self and promotes your overall health for you and your family and your friends. Yeah, as far as resources go, there is so much out there. There's so many books and videos and lectures. Maybe we can provide something in the notes to this interview. I uh, I have my own recipe book, and I plan on putting out more content for sure to help people because there is just so much information out there. It can be overwhelming. So yeah, we'll do more of that in the future.
Yes, well, thank you very much for answering all my questions and going into details as far as what it represents and how it's integrated in every aspects of your life. And on that last question, also, I think we can add that science is here to back it up, right? That
Yeah.
nothing can be plant-based. In we're looking at, well, we recently saw blue zones or recent studies. It
Yeah.
only shows that it can only make you better. So we'll definitely put as much as resources as possible that we can in the description below. And I will also include your website. And you're based in the US, correct?
Correct. The business. Yeah. Yep.
I'll make sure to mention all that. So thank you very much, Trevor. It was great to having you on. I love conducting this interview. So if you enjoyed that, we'll do more.
Absolutely. Thank you, Valen. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.